today we're going to be maintaining this PC. As you can see, it's very full of dirt. We've taken out all the components. So what we're going to do, we're going to spray it out with aerosol spray. Shouldn't damage any components. Do not spray it at your face or tip it upside down because it will be very cold. So you just want to do is just this gets off all the loose dirt. Yep. Then we're also going to spray down the motherboard because it's also very dirty. Don't be alarmed when the can starts to get cold, just put it down. Next, with all the more tough and grimy dirt, we're going to use a wipe. This one's from a laser, it's electronic and screen, alcohol cleaning wipes. Just going to really get in there. You can see it's very dirty. That should be good enough because this is part of the case and just is some manufacturer's defect that can't come off. What we're going to start with is installing this motherboard. This one is designed for this small form factor chassis that's easy to maintain. As you can see, it opens up and such. You can see it's got little hooks here that hook into the little nubs here, here, and here. What you want to do, you just want to... Also should mention, this is an older motherboard because it's got one Ethernet, 2 USB, the 3 color aux, video and analog, PS1 and PS2 mouse inputs, VGA and another VGA but male, the big one. You just want to face that into this little interface here. Have it clip in. Sometimes they can be a little bit tricky, so you're just going to need to persuade them a little bit. They fall into place, click it in, and there we go. This one doesn't have dedicated graphics, but it can be installed in this port here. You've got to take out this little bit here, then those two, and that's how you can open up into the dedicated graphics. This is our RAM. It is 2 gigabytes of DDR3. You just want to line it up in here. In until it both clicks in. RAM is short form memory or non-volatile, so when it loses power, it loses all its data on it. This is for programs to put their short-term storage in, and without it, the PC will crash, like once you run out. There is ways around that with swap files, but we'll explain that later. This is our CPU. We've got a Intel Celeron. It's very dirty as you can see, so we'll just brush it off. To install it, you've got to find the triangle here. So on this side, you'll be able to recognize it. In the socket, you'll notice it looks all the same, but on one corner, it's very like chopped off. That's where you want the big triangle to go, just like that. Then you flip that cage closed, push that down, and that's how you put in the CPU and the motherboard. It's a pretty average one, just full metal, plenty. This one, it's built for this case. As you can see, it's got the notch on the side that slides into there. So what you want to do, just line up the power port with here, just slide it in. They can sometimes be a little bit tricky. You have to wiggle it in until it's nice and secure. So the cables, so you just line them up. Big one, big hole. Can take a little bit of pressure. Push that in. Alright, the P3 and P4, we're going to leave those for now. For this one, we just have to put it into another square hole. If you can't identify which one it has to go into, just look at the manufacturer's website. This one for our power button just goes right into these pins here. Nice secure like. Perfect. The CD tray, you're just going to want to slide it on the top, slap it down. You see its plug, you just got to plug it into one of the 3 SATA ports. These provide power and data, but for this one, that is only a data cable. So we've got the power one here. Got to pull it down a little bit and plug it in. So now it's powered. We're just going to leave that unplugged for now. So now, for the CPU, it's got to have adequate cooling. So we've got a cooling block here, it's got a fan on the front and just a heat sink. What you want to do, you want to get your fail paste. They usually come in a syringe like this. Put a tiny dab on there. Sometimes they'll come with a spreader, so you're just going to spread it on. Perfect. Alright, so then you grab your cooler, line it up with its holes. The fan should be facing outwards to the vent port right here. Put that on there. Line it up with the motherboard and screw it in. Yep. Now, with the fan, it has a cable On the motherboard, you can see it says CPU fan. You probably can't see from the camera because small text is. But if you just look down, you plug it in. Now the fan should run once the computer turns on. As you can see with this case, it just folds down. That's how that works. Speaker cable also just goes to where it says speaker on it. Here. For our last major piece, we've got the hard drive. This one is also a folding one. As you can see, it's got notches here. Okay, so for the hard drive, you just want to line up these little pivot points on the CPU cooler. Alright, grab its SATA data cable, plug it into one of the two open motherboard spots. Alright, and then just firmly push it down. We also forgot to put power in. Put it to the side here and plug it in. Yep, like that. The CD player also has power, so that plugs in there. There we go, lines up perfectly. Also just got a speaker cable here, plug that to the side where it says speaker on the motherboard. There we go. For our last component that we have to put in, we've just got the USB hub. It's got mic and audio and then just two USBs. That just goes in there. So what we want to do, put that down in there. It comes with one screw that you just line up and screw it. There we go, nice and in there. Now for the cables, we've just got one power cable. This goes under the hard drive, so you just want to lift that up and see it goes there. Just plug that in. It goes down. You usually would go with some cable management in this, but we had to take it out for some of the cables are too short for easy videoing. We just got one yellow cable, and that just goes onto the yellow one. Down here. Right. Then what you want to do, fold everything down carefully. The whole case, just close down. Make sure the case doesn't go on the inside. And ta-da, computer built.